Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Music Talk Mondays. I'm your host, Eddie Lamb. It is Monday. It's February 15th, 2021. I just want to wish everybody a very happy belated Valentine's Day. Of course, Gong Hei Fat Choi to all our viewers who celebrate Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year. If you guys are born in the year of the ox especially, this is your year. This is your year to kick ass. This is your year to celebrate and make good things happen. So, again, big shout-outs to people who were born in that year, the year of the ox, 2021. And, of course, happy President's Day to our American viewers as well. Happy Family Day to our Canadian viewers. I'm from Canada as well, from Vancouver, BC. It is our Canada Day. Our Canadian Family Day long weekend. So today was a great day, taking time off work and just relaxing. But I still wanted to come and broadcast to you guys and hang out with you all because I always love doing Music Talk Mondays every week just to talk to you guys about all things related to music. So if this is your first time tuning in to Music Talk Mondays, welcome to my channel. I'm broadcasting live on TikTok, on Twitch, and on YouTube. And if you guys are returning viewers, welcome back. Good to see you all again. So this is the way the format works. I talk about my discussion topic first, and then after that, then we have open Q&A and open discussion from you, the audience. So whether you're on Twitch or YouTube or on TikTok, the comment section below is open for you guys to ask any questions you have with me that you want to discuss, anything that you have, any comments that you want to point out as well, I'm more than welcome to do that. But we will do that at the second half portion of today's podcast. So hang on to your questions, hang on to your comments. We will get there once I announce that it's time for open Q&A and open discussion. So before I begin, of course, I just wanted to say that I have I want to say I have an official website. It's eddielandmusic.ca. That's my official website. I also got social media as well. It's Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And they're all under Eddie Lamb Music, which you can find. And yeah, please feel free to stay in touch with me on all those social media platforms. I would love to hear from you guys. I also accept donations if you guys enjoy my content. If you've been following me for quite some time, you can donate to me on PayPal. It's paypal.me/EddieLambMusic. And of course, if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, if you want me to do things such as doing a greeting shout out video to your friends and family, subscribe to my Patreon. I can do things such as a musical greeting, whether it be birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, whatever shout out that you want me to give to that friend or family member of yours. My Patreon is there for that. So feel free to send me a message and let me know that you want to subscribe to my Patreon and you want me to make a video shout out to anybody in your life. And I will do my best to make that happen to the best of my abilities. And now, folks, again, I just want to let you guys know about what's going to be happening on my TikTok channel. I know a lot of you guys have followed me on TikTok. So as you guys have seen lately, I do a combination of both guitar tutorial videos on my TikTok. And on top of that, I also do piano videos. I know that you guys have been asking me to do more piano stuff because you guys have actually sent me some really awesome positive messages to let me know that you want to see more of me playing piano. So on my TikTok channel, you can see me play piano videos, little snippets of popular songs. And you guys can use the duet feature on TikTok to sing along with it. And like I say, guys, it doesn't matter if you're a professional singer or not. If you guys are pro, beginners, somewhere in between, you know what, guys? No judgment. The whole thing about my piano videos is that it's for everybody. So if you guys want to sing along, flex your musical muscles, and you just want to give something a try just because you feel like it, my videos are there for that. You are more than welcome to have some fun with it. So speaking of singing, guys, we are going straight into today's topic. So, as you guys know, speaking of singing, that is what I do. I've done some things that involve karaoke. So if you guys have followed my cover band, The Naturals, I I myself and along with our bandmates, we do a thing where we get people to come up on stage and sing songs with the band, and it's live band karaoke. That kind of stuff has been done in Vegas before, and of course in other places of the United States. For us in Vancouver, we didn't have too much of that kind of stuff. There's myself, my cover band, The Naturals. We do that. A few other folks around town who does something similar, but it's something that we want to do just to go beyond the traditional karaoke format. And we all know that a lot of us have done karaoke at some point. Now, if you guys have followed me as well, but going beyond my cover band, just following my personal website, I also have done piano karaoke night, which is something similar that you see on Friends, where you know how Paul Rudd, who played as Phoebe's boyfriend, he would play piano, and there's an episode where Monica was singing on stage with him, right? So piano karaoke night has that very similar style where it's just like that. I kind of got the idea, of course, from live band karaoke and dueling pianos, and I put that together, and I did piano karaoke night. So that's my format for that. But today I just wanted to talk about the traditional regular karaoke. So let's start with that. We've all done that at one point in our lives. Maybe you guys are looking forward to it if you haven't done so yet, once this pandemic is over, or at least is being under control at least. But I'm sure at one point, pre-COVID, we've all had our share of doing karaoke nights, whether it be with your friends at a bar, where there's a really cool gathering of people in this awesome public space just to sing songs together and have a great time while enjoying some drinks and food. So there's that, where we just sing out in public. Maybe there's those of us who do not want to sing out in public in front of people, but rather just book one of those private rooms where you can sing karaoke just to your friends and family members that you have in those private karaoke booths. So there's that. And of course, for some of us, we may actually have that one grandmother, the one aunt, or any other relative in our life who has a karaoke machine at home, and we just gather at their place with our other relatives and friends and neighbors, and we just have a good time singing karaoke there in the living room. So at one point, we've all done karaoke before, and you can find that kind of stuff on YouTube. For myself, I love doing karaoke. Karaoke is a lot of fun. For me, it's been such a really great experience. I meet lots of friends in the music scene because of karaoke nights at bars and at other establishments around town. There's a really cool community. There's a really cool scene, a really cool crew of people who love doing karaoke, and we just think it's an amazing time. I think it's an amazing time. I feel that with karaoke, it's a better alternative than, say, going clubbing with friends in downtown at some nightclub that's probably not going to interest you. I mean, there's a place for people who love that kind of stuff too. Some of us love to. There are some people who love to go clubbing. They like to dance to DJs and just order a bunch of drinks with friends and just hang out and have a good time. And if that's your cup of tea, that's awesome. For me personally, I'd rather be at a place that has karaoke night, and then you just get your friends, or even just meet your friends there, and just sit down and listen to other people sing and just have a great time. And I feel like that's what it is for me. Karaoke has always been that awesome alternative to going to clubbing. That's something I don't do. Clubbing's has not always been my thing. I've only done it a good number of times, only when it's like a special occasion, when I have a good reason to go there. But other than that, I very much prefer to go to karaoke nights with friends and family, just because it's going to be a great time. People can sing hit songs all together as a huge crowd, and I think it's so much fun. So the question, though, I want to ask is karaoke really that fun? Is it really that fun? Because I know some people have different opinions about it, and there are some pros and cons to karaoke. So here's the pros I will list out with karaoke, first of all. I mean, okay, we all know that the one thing is that it's very predictable, but at least you know what's going to happen when you sing a karaoke track. Nothing's going to change. Right? Whereas with live musicians, there's always a chance we may screw something up a little bit. There may be a chance that we may play things a little bit differently. But some people do think that that's the beauty of it, is because you're having a real human experience, which is great. Of course, that's how it is with live music. With karaoke, though, you don't have to worry about the whole thing where nothing's going to change during the song. You know exactly how the song's going to sound, so you can knock it out of the park and you can practice as many times as you want, and it'll be no problem for you. And it helps you get better vocally speaking. And now, of course, the only disadvantage I will say with that point is, unfortunately, if you mess up on something, the music does not stop for you, because it's just a recorded track, basically. So you either have to rewind back a little bit, or you just have to just keep going, whatever it may be. But I think that having a recorded track, it has its advantage, of course. Like I said, it's predictable, so you know what to look for. You know what's going to happen already. But at the same time, if you mess up, it's not going to stop for you. So you have to you have to roll with the punches a little bit. But here's another point about karaoke. I find that karaoke is just one of those funny things where it is a really cool community of people. You know, I've always talked a lot about how the music scene is so important, that community is emphasized. You know, for me, it's having a community of people, whether it be through karaoke or live music in general. I think karaoke does that. It does its job really well. Of course, it all depends who hosts the night, of course. But I always find that when you go to karaoke nights around town, you will find that it is a really fun time for most of it. And, you know, I've been to karaoke nights where it feels like a dance party as well. And like I say, it's a better alternative to a nightclub. And so that kind of brings up my point here about karaoke. It does bring a community together. So I would say that by all means, it's a great dance party that's much better than going to some nightclub in the middle of downtown and buy expensive drinks. You know, it's almost like better to go to a bar that's having karaoke night where there's lots of people and there's dancing happening and there's cheap drinks on top of that. I myself don't really drink a lot of alcohol at all. I'm not really a drinker myself, but you know, for those who are into alcoholic beverages, you know, that might be a better alternative for you. That might be a better suit to your wallet as well. So think about that. It might be financially more suitable for you guys. But of course, I just want to go back into the point I wanted to make about karaoke being a really great community builder, is that it's a great community builder. You get to meet different kinds of people that way, because you guys all share a common love for music. And I think that's the great thing I find with karaoke, is that it does bring that great sense of community. And I hope you guys agree with me on that. I know that we have viewers here who are watching right now on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. So let me know your guys' thoughts about what you think about karaoke nights. You know, is it fun? Is it corny? What is it? Or is it somewhere in between, hit and miss? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you guys about that. But of course, I just also want to bring up another good point about karaoke, the advantage and disadvantage. The one thing I will say is that it's suitable for beginners who are not familiar with singing at all. So this is a really great start, I think, for singers who may not have the capability of playing with a live band, but at least they got something to help start them off a little bit. So I think that's a great field for new singers, or like I say, it's good for singers of every level. But I think karaoke is the best help for singers who are beginners. I think so, personally, because you already have a really solid recorded track that is your guidance, that's your reference. And so you use the karaoke track to just help you figure out the rhythm of the song, the melody, or I guess the timing of the melody, rather. And it's great that way, you know. And you also have harmonies on top of that, so it gives you that really cool full sound kind of feeling. However, I find that while staying on this point, again, so the advantage, it is great for beginners, but here's the disadvantage. You don't want to rely too much on karaoke tracks, because if you ever have that desire to really collaborate with a musician in the future, if you do want to get into live music, I feel like you want to either start going away a little bit from the recorded track and start really collaborating with musicians more. That way you can grow as a musician. Or you can even do a balance of this. Just be able to practice with a karaoke track, but then with live performance and rehearsals, you want to start also collaborating with musicians as well. So that way when you do live gigs, you have that experience of performing through that human connection, which is, of course, playing with a guitar player, with a piano player, whatever kind of musician it may be. You have the capability of doing that, but of course, all it takes is that matter of discipline and that matter of motivation in order to start performing with live musicians. Like I say, karaoke would be great, but of course, that's not really the kind of thing for live performances per se if it's not a karaoke night, which leads me to that next point that I wanted to make. So karaoke is a lot of fun. You got the full sound and everything for sure, but here's the thing, folks. You don't want to rely too much on karaoke tracks as a live musical performance, right? I really feel like, with live it works for karaoke nights for sure, right? It's karaoke night, so you sing with a karaoke track, and you can do that. But I think, if you really do want to become a serious musician and a serious artist, I personally think you really need to start going more into the human element, right, and not relying on machines. So start using the human element to start be able to make music together as a band, or even if you yourself are a musician, start learning how to play chords for certain songs on guitar, or piano, of course, and be able to sing at the same time. So I feel like karaoke can be that nice booster to help get you out there. But in the end, I really feel like if you do want to become a serious performer, really start considering adding the live musical element into it, adding instruments into it. So whether you're playing the instruments yourself, or you actually do have friends or people who can be your potential bandmates and collaborators who play instruments. So start relying on those people as well. Start talking to them. Start getting yourself out there and do that. Now, I know that people have said karaoke's a very corny thing too, and one of the reasons why is because of the corny quality sound of karaoke tracks. Now, I will tell you though, karaoke tracks have evolved over the last, I would say even like the last decade or so. The quality has gotten a lot better in my personal opinion. Sorry, I'm just going to look at TikTok here. B Money is asking, hey Eddie, how's it going? I have a beginner question. B Money, I appreciate you asking the question. We will get to open Q&A later on, but we'll be at the Q&A portion at the second half of the show. So hang in there, my friend. Thank you, B Money, for tuning in. So hang on to your guys' questions and comments, and we'll go from there, okay? Bomber is asking, have you tried Jamboree yet? It's a gimmick tool, but it looks fun to use. I have not, Balmeron, but I would love to look more into that and see what that's all about. So thank you so much, though, for that question, Balmeron. But yeah, we'll talk more, of course, during the open Q&A portion of the podcast. But anyways, but just going back to what I was saying, yeah, But yes, I find that with karaoke, I've heard some really bad karaoke tracks. I tell you, it is ridiculous. Like, I remember back, I was hanging out with some friends in downtown Vancouver, and there was this one restaurant / bar that had like those private karaoke booths, and I remember it had Marilyn Manson and Slipknot on there, which is hilarious, but the sound was atrocious. Like, it's just MIDI sounding guitars, and it's just MIDI drums and everything, and it was just terrible. So I was just so disappointed with the way it sounded. Of course, what do you expect, right? I mean, it's karaoke. It's not meant to be taken seriously. And I've heard some really other bad ones too, where it's just like, synth drums, and it just sounded really corny. Basically, it just sounded like as if it sounds like music you would hear on Super Nintendo. And I hate to say it, Super Nintendo music sounds a lot better than those karaoke tracks that I've heard back in those days. It's really hilarious. But But then when I started going to those karaoke nights that are run by professional karaoke hosts, I noticed a difference in the sound of the quality of the instruments. The instrumentation, I mean, you can tell they've actually recorded with real instruments when they record these tracks. It sounds 100 times better. It actually sounds 100 times more realistic, basically, because they use real guitars, they use real bass, they use real drums, and of course they have real backup singers doing background vocals, harmonies, and all that. And I think that's awesome. So over the years, I noticed that the quality for karaoke tracks have improved so much more, and I think that's where I found a lot more respect for karaoke in general. I mean, that's why it's enjoyable. Because quite honestly, if it wasn't for that great production I've heard in recent years, I would not be going to karaoke as much, just because it just sounds so corny. But I'm so glad that you can see this kind of business being so awesome, where yes, you are hearing the recordings that are so close to the original. I mean, like I say, nothing has to be perfect, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, especially with guitar solos. You don't have to worry about that. But just knowing that it sounds almost spot on accurate, I find that karaoke is just so good that way when it comes to hearing these tracks being re-recorded to give it a more realistic approach, more realistic experience to the tracks, and it makes it more enjoyable. And I think that is still going to be the ongoing future for karaoke. I think now, well, I guess now that's been the standard. And for me, I've sang karaoke at on like on YouTube as well. I just go look at karaoke tracks. Like those companies like Carefun, Zoom Karaoke. Like they all a lot of them, most of them have used real instruments for their tracks, and it's awesome. It sounds great. So actually, the funny thing is, I've been on this website called Omegle, which I know I've met some of my followers here on through. So again, thank you guys so much if you followed me because of Omegle. I sang to you guys. So I actually hooked up my sound system through my computer to sing karaoke tracks on YouTube and sing to people, and use like a very high quality type setup just so people can actually hear what I'm singing and the music in the background at the same time. And I think it's really cool. Like those companies have done such a great job making those sounds more awesome. It gives you that really cool dance experience, right? Like, yeah, with dance music especially, it sounds awesome, and people are just dancing, having a good time, and that's when you're onto something. And I think that now, like I said, it's been the standard now. So now when you think about karaoke tracks, now you don't think, oh, it's so corny, right? Because of the sound and everything. Well, no, now you're going to find some really cool ones that actually sound not as bad as you think. And I know there's some that sound kind of like mediocre, but still better than what I've heard back in even 15 plus years ago. Like I say, the stuff I heard 15 years ago, it was just so atrocious, right? It sounded like I said, it sounds like a video game. And even then, like I said, SNES game music sounds a lot better than those karaoke tracks. So again, this is the thing I would want to answer. Is karaoke really that fun? Well, I would say yes, it can to an extent. To an extent, yes, it is that fun for sure. If you do need a place to go to where you just want to hear music, you just want to be entertained and just be together with friends and family, even make new friends and have a good time, karaoke nights are the place to be, honestly, at any establishments that you have that do that. But here's my personal thing at the same time, though. I feel like although karaoke has its place in the music scene, I would not let it define the music scene. Like, I would say it's a part of it. But for us musicians, going back, I think we still need to encourage people to still check out live music. Karaoke is still going to be a really great platform, in my opinion, to have a nice, fun, good old jolly time. But again, karaoke to me, it does not define the music scene fully. It's a part of it, which I think is great. But I would still encourage people to still promote live music at the same time. And like I say, things may sound, like I say, when it comes to live musicians, we don't play things exactly like how you would hear on karaoke tracks or on the actual recordings of popular songs. For cover bands, for example, we may play things just a little bit differently. And you know what? That's the beauty of it, because you are really experiencing the human element when it comes to live performances. You are really experiencing just like music being created through the human mind, through people's emotions, through the actions of our hands and legs and our vocals and everything. And the great thing is that you get to see people do songs differently. They do their own spin on it if they're doing covers, and you also get a chance to know that there's no one way to do a song. And I think that's awesome. And I think that's what live music is. It's all about that. And so, like I say, yes, karaoke is definitely a really great place to be, to have fun. But like I say, don't let it define the music scene fully, but let it be a part of it, and let it have its own place still. But I always find that a little combination of both never hurts. And that's why, like I say, that's what my cover band does. We do live band karaoke. My friends, I have other friends in the music scene who do something similar as well. But I find that, with the live band karaoke format, I think it's just so cool just being able to go and just find some really great ways to just have a different musical input on stuff, and just being able to just have an open mind on how to do things very differently, basically. And when it comes to just having a place where you're a beginner, if you're still new to singing and you want to get better at it each time, I think karaoke has that advantage for that. I think it does. You got something to practice with. You got something to play with, perform with live on karaoke nights. And I think that's beautiful. But then again, guys, if you do want to become a serious performer, don't forget, you can always rely on some really cool musicians out there that you can collaborate with. If you do play an instrument yourself, then keep practicing on it, get better at it, and sing along too. Play along with your guitar, play along with your piano, whatever instrument it may be. I encourage you guys to also keep doing that at the same time. So I really feel like there should be a fine balance between karaoke and live music. Let both of those be a part of your life. But again, don't let one thing define one part of the music scene fully. I think they both have their own place. I think it's beautiful that way. And I hope you, and honestly, moving forward, I am looking forward to that day where we're able to get back together again in a crowd, where events can happen again, where karaoke nights can happen again, and just get together as a community and just keep enjoying music and just have a great time. I'm looking forward to that day, folks, and I hope it will be pretty soon. In the meantime, though, we have to keep entertaining each other virtually, just for the sake of our safety. At the same time, I feel like this is a chance for us to be creative as musicians. Remember, just keep recording music, even if you are singing with karaoke. Yeah, it's always hard for me to say karaoke. Even if you are recording yourself singing along with karaoke tracks, by all means, upload that content online for now. We just love to see how you guys perform. Maybe you have your own way of performing as well if you're a musician. If you have a ukulele, guitar, or piano, just do your own take on the song. I would love to hear it. I would love to see that kind of stuff explode on the internet as well and be seen by many people. So, is karaoke really that fun? Yes, it can be. It can. To me, it is. If you guys have any other points of views on karaoke, please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you guys about that. But that is the end of my discussion on today's topic on karaoke. It's a very casual conversation. I don't want it to be too TED Talky about these kind of things sometimes, because I feel like when I've done very TED Talk like kind of stuff, it may sound a little bit boring and robotic. So I want it to be more of a casual conversation with you guys. So I hope everything I've talked about today made sense to you. I hope it has been engaging to you guys. So yes, I am really thankful that you guys have tuned in and just be able to hear me on my point of view on things. But again, part of this platform, of course, is not just, I don't want to be this whole expert guy about who knows everything. Part of this whole experience is I just want to be able to hear from you guys too. Let me know your guys' point of view. So with that being said, now to the fun portion of this podcast is open Q&A from you guys, the audience. So we can talk about today's topic, which is on karaoke. It can be anything else related to artists, bands, instruments, songs, albums, soundtracks, whatever it may be. All things related to music. Please feel free to type in your comments below. Type in your questions in the comments section below. Give me your thoughts as well. Anything that you agree or disagree with of what I talked about today, that I am totally open to do is discuss with you guys, because let's have a conversation. All right. So let's talk about it, guys. Let me know your thoughts about karaoke. Do you think it is a fun time, or do you think it's too corny? Do you think there's a place for it? Let me know. Is this your musical recreation? And well, like I say, I'll be honest with you. That has always been my musical recreation. One of the few musical recreations I do. My wife and I, we love going out to karaoke nights just to get together with our friends and just listen to some music, watch people perform, and then we get to perform too in front of people and get a dance party going sometimes, depending what song it is you choose, of course. But let me know. Bray says, hello, Bray. Welcome to the podcast, Music Talk Mondays. Let me know your thoughts about karaoke. What do you guys like about it? What do you guys not like about it? Have you guys had your share of bad karaoke tracks? Did it sound terrible? Let me know. Maybe let me know if karaoke has helped you as a singer. Has it helped you vocally? Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. Just gonna wait for some wait for some questions here. Yes. Oh, thanks for the follow, Bray. I really appreciate that. Thanks for following me on that. Oh, Tattles Pal says, the best thing about karaoke is the definition of the word. Otherwise, from my experience, it's drunk old ladies singing badly. Good one, Tattles Pal on Twitch. That's a really funny point. Yes, sometimes you get that. Sometimes you have one of those situations where you have a group of people. We had a group of people come up on stage doing karaoke. It can be hit or miss. And sometimes you see things like beer being spilled all over the place, or sometimes the microphone gets dropped by accident, which happens. Again, hats off to karaoke hosts at bars who had to put up with that for so many years. I got friends who are professional karaoke hosts, and they had to put up with that kind of stuff for so many years, and I know how frustrating that can be. So, yeah, that can be quite interesting. But you get some really cool moments, of course, too. I've seen a group of people who do so well. They harmonize well together because they're great professional singers. They play in bands as well, but they take advantage of karaoke. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that today. I usually have no problem saying karaoke, but anyways. But yeah, you have a group of people that could do well too. But yeah, there are some days where it may go a little bit into a different direction, where it may not be like watching Backstreet Boys live. But again, folks, this is the whole premise with karaoke. It doesn't have to be taken seriously. It's just all about having a great time, even if you are drunk, and if you're a beginner. I think that's the joy of it. It's it's a great space just to be able to just go out and have fun. But of course, I do encourage people to, remember it's so important to respect the karaoke hosts as well. Make sure you respect the equipment, respect the microphone, respect the patrons around you. Don't be a jerk, basically, right? And don't act like a prima donna. Don't act like some rock star who deserves everything in the world. We're all here. It's about all of us. It's not about just you. So again, like anything in life, right? Don't make it always about you. Make it about a community. Make it about having a good time, basically. Awesome. Well, Talos Pal, thank you so much for your thoughts about that. Any other thoughts that you have about karaoke? Feel free to type in the comment section below. Tell me about your guys' experience with karaoke as well. I want to hear your guys' stories. Let me know. What was it like doing karaoke for the first time? Were you nervous? Were you having a great time? Were you drunk? Were you out with friends? What was the occasion? Let me know. Maybe you were at the bar singing out in public. Maybe you were at those private karaoke booths. Maybe you were just hanging around in the living room with your grandparents and your relatives, just having a good old time. At least for me, I was exposed to karaoke the first time because my relatives had laser discs. That was a thing back then. If you guys, a lot of you may be too young for laser discs. I never really experienced it too much per se on my end as well. But for those of you who may have been lucky to come across relatives who had laser discs, I had an aunt who had Laserdisc karaoke, although I will say it was all Chinese karaoke, but it was so interesting seeing Laserdisc for the first time. I'm like, they look like vinyl-sized CDs, basically. That's how I described it. But of course, that was, this is before DVDs were even a thing. But I remember my aunt would actually have karaoke on Laserdisc, and it was just so interesting seeing Laserdisc for the first time. I didn't know what else to say about it. Quality was actually not bad, I will say. Oh, Trinative on TikTok says, "Hey, Canadian here. What do you think about the ice wallow?" Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to do, Trinative. You can't fool me there, man. I always like, yeah. He was gonna get me to say something a little explicit here, but I almost fell for it. But you can't fool me, guys. Can't fool this guy here. Anyways, guys, yeah, so let me know your guys' experience on karaoke. I would love to hear what you guys have been through. But yeah, it's so interesting being exposed to laser discs, and it was like one of those like interesting karaoke machines where you just like plug like microphones in there and you just sing through it. And it has this instant echo sound and reverb sound, and it's really corny. Of course, the music was really bad, and I remember seeing like these were not even real music videos, even right. It was just like it's like some guy. Oh, hello, 88. Weston Man, thank you so much for the gift, my friend. One of my loyal followers since day one. Thank you so much for the donation on TikTok. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So again, yes, for those who just joined in, today's topic we were talking about karaoke. Is it really that fun? Is it a great time, or do you think it's too corny? This is where you guys now we're at open Q&A portion of this chat of this podcast. We're just talking about your guys' opinion, your experience with karaoke, even. Tell me a little bit about it. Hello, Michael on TikTok. Thanks for joining in as well. Welcome back. And yeah, let's talk about karaoke, guys. What's your karaoke song? If you have done a lot of karaoke nights your whole life, let me know. What is your go-to song? Do you guys have a go-to song for karaoke? I do. I got my fair share. Mine would be, of course, it would be Phil Collins' music, Peter Gabriel's music. I like Tony Orlando. I'll do Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, all that kind of stuff. If you guys have met me through Omegle, you see me do that, which is really entertaining. 88 Westerman says James Taylor. Michael says he's one of the three dudes who were drunk as hell on stage. So yes, I know who you're talking about, Michael. Bomberon says, my go-to is Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. Good choice, Bomberon. He says, I had karaoke at my wedding. Marriage didn't last. Songs do. Very true. And yes. Kiyomi on TikTok says, it's embarrassing, but One Time by Justin Bieber. Oh my goodness, he actually sang One Time with Justin Bieber. That's awesome, man. That's brave of you to do that. I got a friend who actually also sang Beauty and the Beat, the one with Nicki Minaj. So my friend did that. She did both Justin Bieber's parts and Nicki Minaj's rapping part, I believe. And I thought that was really impressive. So which is awesome. Let me know. Yeah, guys, throw in some more comments. I want to hear what your guys' karaoke song is, your go-to. Tals Pal, if you're still on Twitch, if you're listening, let me know too. What is your go-to karaoke song to sing to if you were to go out with your friends? Do you have any? If you guys have any, like, yeah, keep listening to your go-tos as well. I would love to hear more from what you guys do. I got friends who actually try new songs every time, and I'm really impressed by that. For me, it really depends. I don't mind learning new songs. I'll have like a certain go-to song like every 3 months probably, but I always want to mix things up a little bit because I don't want to be doing the same songs all the time. But I can't be learning all songs just because I'm always feel like there's a lot of songs that are just way out of my range, unfortunately. And yeah, it happens, and because not all of us are born to sing high notes. I'm not like Steve Perry. I'm not like Kellen Quinn. I'm not like David Lee Roth. I'm nowhere near those guys' vocal levels, but I can respect people who can do that, which is awesome. Balmaran on TikTok says, don't do a mic drop. If you kill it, it ruins the microphone. Yes, as I was saying earlier, Balmaran, yes, sometimes you get people accidentally dropping microphones, which is a big no-no. But I mean, when it's an accident, that's one thing. But if you do it on purpose, just for the sake of looking like a show off, yeah, you deserve. I hate to say it, but you deserve to get banned if you act like that at karaoke nights. So I've seen people who've done that before, and it's really cringy. It does cheese me off a little bit when I do see somebody just purposely dropping the mic just to look like they are the king of the crop, and that I would not personally appreciate. Because don't forget, guys, karaoke hosts have spent a great deal of money on microphones, especially those wireless ones. You gotta be very careful with those ones, and I feel like, before you go to karaoke, you gotta come in prepared, having that good attitude with that proper ethic of just being able to be supportive and be careful with the gear around you, but still have a great time, though. That's the thing. You still want to have a great time. Just don't break stuff. Don't be an idiot. Just don't be a jerk to other people. As long as you go there and you keep it up with a good attitude and you just give it all you got, I think you'll be fine. And it'll make the night much better. And of course, yes, Balmaran on TikTok, thanks for bringing up that point. I always like to remind people of that as well. So yeah, so guys, there are some etiquettes, of course, when it comes to karaoke nights. I really feel like, yeah, just be considerate of the gear and everything. Of course, now at this point, now we always have to say, wash your hands after you use the microphone too. And I think now at this point, I think karaoke hosts should be making a habit of wiping the microphones down too, just so we don't catch any germs. Yes, as someone like myself who hates being sick, I would encourage people to clean their microphones and wash their hands and everything. So yeah, I know that at one point too, during the pandemic, there were some karaoke nights that were happening where there was the one of the rules was to just bring your own microphone foams like this one here. So bring that over, and that way just cover it up and then just sing away. And I think that's a great idea as well. But of course, yeah, like some people have actually even like wiped down the microphones as well, just to make sure that it's all cleaned up and sanitized. Of course, right now we can't do karaoke nights here in Vancouver, Canada, just to play it safe. And you know what, I am okay with that for now, for the time being. But like I say, I do miss going out for karaoke. So, again, hopefully the day will come again where we can get together. Anyways, guys, let me know more about your experience with karaoke. Like, what other go-to songs do you have for karaoke nights? Oh, Bonron is saying, what is your opinion about repeating a song? If you do it better. Yeah, honestly, Bonron, like, if you do the same song every week, that's totally okay. I think, there are people who are like that. There are people who just have that one song that they always do. This one place that I used to go to karaoke with my wife, actually, we see this one old lady who's one of the staff members at the bar. She always sings Roxy Roller every time. Like, that's one of her go-to songs. And we just call her Roxy Roller Lady. So Roxy Roller is like her go-to song every time. But she knocks it out of the park. She always goes around, singing to people because it's a wireless microphone. So she just walks around singing to the crowd, engaging with the crowd, which I think is awesome. She's got an interesting sense of stage presence in just in terms of just singing to people and just wanting to entertain them, which I have to admire that. Hello, Ben. Ben is a musician friend of mine from Vancouver. Thanks for joining into my podcast again, my friend. Make sure you guys give him a follow. Ben is a great, cool dude. So yes, so I have a I do have a go-to song that I like to sing every week too. Sometimes I would do like some Tony Orlando, like I said, some Phil Collins, maybe some Elton John if I'm up for it. One of my go-to ones too is what is it? You Spin Me Right Round. Of course, that's a classic '80s dance tune, and people dance to it, which is great. And I feel like there are times when I do see people do like their go-to songs, like I always knew that they're gonna do it. But that's the fun part about it, though. Like when I know that they always knock it out of the park, it's a great time, especially when they're doing upbeat songs that gets the crowd dancing. Like I sometimes like I say, karaoke can feel like you're at a nightclub, but a much more fun version of it. No offense to anyone who loved DJs and nightclubs and stuff. I know it's your cup of tea. It's just not my cup of tea. But yes, anyways, for me, I like it when it's karaoke night and people are actually at the dance floor and just dancing and having a good time. I think that's great in my personal opinion. B Money saying, I want to try my hand at live music. Is it easier to play keyboard or acoustic guitar? B Money, it all depends on your level, your skill level of guitar or piano. Whichever one you do best at, I would say try. Just stick with that and sing along to it and practice singing along with your instrument. But so if you're more of a guitar kind of person, then just try singing and playing guitar. If you're a piano person, then same thing. Just practice playing piano and singing along and see which one you do best at. Jan Miles is on TikTok says, hi, hello, Jan Miles. Thank you so much for coming in. Balmeron says, if someone else sings it, it's okay to show up someone and sing it as well. I guess it really all depends, Balmeron. It really depends how long ago that person sang that song. I know for me at live band karaoke, we always try not to repeat songs. That's just how we are. So yes. B Money says, while singing, I definitely need practice with singing and playing for sure. Yes, so B Money, so just keep practicing, my friend. Like seriously, that's all you can do. Ben has a question. Ben, feel free to ask. Yes, whatever question you have, just don't even you don't have to say can I ask you something. Just say just type it away, my friends. I'm open to any questions. So go for it, guys. User 5544 is asking, can I do some Latin stuff 1 minute or less? It really depends which song it is, my friend. But, if I find something, I will try to put it on my TikTok channel. Yeah, Balveron, seriously, man. Yeah, like I say, you're welcome, first of all. But yeah, feel free to, always experiment. When it comes to practicing your instrument, your craft, I'd say, just keep experimenting. Which one do you do best at? Are you more of a piano singing kind of guy, or are you more of a guitar and singing kind of guy? It all depends. Just practice a little bit, see which one you excel at, which one do you feel more confident at, and then, then the choice is yours. Sergeant Pepper is asking, would you consider doing the zombie song lesson? Thanks. You know what? If you're talking about the Cranberries song "Zombie," one of the things I'm kind of considering down the road is actually like for my Patreon, for instance, I wanted to do like easy songs that I'll do lessons on, but I'll make it exclusively for Patreon because I know a lot of people, may not want to do too much on some lessons that they find online. But they want something easy. For me, I always find it's important to make things easy. For starters, you know what I mean? Just to, make it easy, but still be able to have a nice experience with songs. And for me, I always try to go through my archives of which I find, see which songs are the best, which ones are more suitable, and for people to learn first thing. And I guess some of my students have actually learned how to play Tom Petty, like some of the easy stuff. And believe it or not, it actually did not take too long for them to learn. And I think that's great. But it all comes down to teaching basic chords first, and then teach them songs after that. And making sure that my students also learn how to switch chords back and forth. Switch from one chord to another. And then once they're at that level where they can do that, at good timing too, then they can actually learn songs from there. Fluxwave says hi. Hello, Fluxwave on TikTok. Thank you so much for joining into my podcast as well. I'm really glad you guys have joined in. User5544 says, thanks, Eddie, for what you do. Keep it up. Thank you so much, User5544. Balmeron says, when I come around and the song Good are both G, D, E, 5, C. Same chords, 2 songs. My students love it. Balmeron, that's very true, man. Like, yes. Vibes by Mick says, Eddie, my guy, what's up? Hello, Vibes by Mick. Thank you so much for joining in as well, my friend. How are you doing? Let me know how things are going. Again, for those who just joined in, we were talking about karaoke. That's our topic for today. So let me know, guys, what is your go-to karaoke song if you're at karaoke nights? Do you have a go-to? Do you like karaoke? Do you hate karaoke? Do you think it's too corny? Or do you think it's a lot of fun? Let me know, folks. I would love to hear. Let me know. Yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know what your experience with karaoke is like. How has it been for you? Sgt. Pepper says, any songwriting tips? I'm working on an album, but it's not looking good. Honestly, Sgt. Pepper on TikTok, I would say this. When it comes to songwriting, you gotta be very patient. Just keep strumming around. That's all I can say. But don't force yourself to be like, okay, I need to come up with a verse by this day. You don't want to do that. I always find that with good songs, it's something that just comes to you naturally. And of course, you want to think about, what song do I want to sing about, right? Just let that, just let that flow through naturally. And honestly, yeah, because I remember like with ex bandmates, I tried to like get together and we tried to like come up with a song before we were done for today. But honestly, that did not work. That was just too. It was too forceful, and it just doesn't flow nicely. It's just too. You know what I mean? It's just not good. I always find out like I always find like the good ones always come when you least suspect something. So it's like you're just playing around with your guitar, and all of a sudden this really cool riff comes out of nowhere. I think that's when you're onto something. So that's my personal tips. Just take your time with it, and let it flow naturally. Don't have to be all mega structured about it. Just keep playing, keep strumming around, and hum a melody. Make something up as you go along, and if you find something that sticks, then awesome. Go for it. Write that down and go from there. That's just me. That's just for me personally. I know everyone's got their own ways of writing songs, and honestly, that's totally fine. And I think everyone should have their own way of doing songs, honestly. And because that's again, the beauty of music is just the fact that you guys have your own ways of doing it. I would say stick with that. You guys should have your own creative freedom of how you want to do things. So there you go. Hopefully that helps Sgt. Pepper on TikTok. Let me know if it does. Hopefully that answers your question. Vibes by Mick says, do I do beat reviews? I don't really review things per se, but I would love to just check out beats. So if you guys post things on your TikTok channel, I would love to come check it out. Check out your content. I'll just leave a comment on there. And the thing for me is, too, I'm not too much of a music critic kind of guy. Sometimes I was saying to a friend of mine, I always find that, like, I would probably be one of the worst judges on American Idol, for example, because the fact is, I think because I'm just way too easygoing. So that's the thing for me. So because I'm way too easygoing, I would make one of the most horrible judges on American Idol or on America's Got Talent or any of those kind of shows, or The Voice. Bill the Thrill on TikTok says, love your TikToks. Don't apologize for trying to help people learn. Hey, Bill the Thrill, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate you enjoying the stuff I've been doing. Again, I'm so glad that you guys find my content very educational and very helpful. And if you guys like my piano videos, that's awesome. I'm really glad that you guys have taken the time to duet on my piano videos and sing along to the stuff I've been playing. Vibes by Mick says, YouTube channel on TikTok. Good, man. You know what I'm going to do, Vibes by Mick? I'm just going to give you a follow right now. Hold on a second. Oh. Done. Vibes by Mick, you have now been officially followed by yours truly. Bill the Thrill, thank you so much too, my friend. I'm really glad you enjoy the stuff I've been doing. like I say, and to everyone else out here on the internet who's enjoyed my content, thank you again so much for your guys' ongoing support. You guys have been a great audience, basically, and that I appreciate so much. So again, guys, let's keep the conversations going. Again, tell me about karaoke on your guys' end. What's your go-to karaoke song? We've had people on here already saying that they sang "Welcome to the Jungle." They sang, what was it again? Somebody has also sang. Just going through the previous comments here. Someone says "Welcome to the Jungle." Someone else has said. Just looking at the James Taylor, 88 Westman says. James Taylor, Fire and Rain. That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, guys, let me know what other songs that you sing on karaoke night. Which one would you sing? Here's another good one, too, if you want to get the crowd going. Sing Earth, Wind, Fire, September to Remember. So that's another good one as well. And what's another good one as well? Of course, everyone always sings "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. That's another, of course. It's something that people at karaoke and every cover band in the world has performed. Seriously, "Don't Stop Believing" is probably one of the most covered songs of all time, live. But if you guys want some really good 80s songs as well to keep people dancing, I would also suggest. I would say, was it "Dancing in the Dark" by Bruce Springsteen? That's another good one as well. Larissa, a.k.a. Mia Bear Streams, is on here. Hello, Mia Bear Streams. Mia Bear Streams is a great person on Twitch who plays some amazing, cool games and also sings online as well. So please give her a follow, folks. Mia Bear Streams is somebody who you need to check out and connect with. So hope you guys do that. I would really appreciate it so much, highly. So, so today's topic, for those who just joined in, including me at Bear Streams, so we were just talking about karaoke. Is karaoke really that fun? What was your experience like for the first time? Do you think it's really cool? Do you think it's too corny? Do you think what do you think? And do you guys have a go-to karaoke song? And what was your first karaoke experience? Tell me more about it. I want to hear from you guys. Oh, yes. Thank you so much for the kitty emojis, Mia Bear Streams. I really appreciate that so much. So like I said, yes, Mia Bear Streams says, karaoke is the best. Amazing community and a great way to make new friends. And hey, folks, that's how Mia Bear Streams and I, we've met. It was because of karaoke nights. Our friend who's a karaoke host named Virginia, she hosted karaoke night on Commercial Drive area of Vancouver, and my friend Brianna and I were just hanging out, and then Mia Bear Streams came up to us and says, "Hey, can I sit with you guys?" And we were like, "Sure, of course you can. Are you kidding me? Hang out with us." So it's great to, like I say, I've met a lot of friends because of karaoke nights, and it's also something I like to bring my friends to as well. And so anytime I find that when you feel like you have nothing else going on, but you want to be somewhere that is still a fun time, guaranteed, I say tell friends to go to karaoke with you. Whenever that's happening. And like I said earlier before, I said it before and I'll say it again. I look forward to the day where that's going to be a thing again, where we can gather with people. So yes. Mia Bearstream says, "It is my new emote, the monkey." And there's a monkey happy face too. Is one of my cats. Yes, so Mia Bearstreams has cats as well. To all you cats lovers, that's awesome. That I like cats as well. I'm also a dog person, however, so I like both pets. We don't own any of them. My wife and I don't own any dogs or cats or anything like that, but we do like having fun with them, though. Like we like to visit any friends or relatives who may have pets, and just have a fun time playing with them, petting them, and everything. So yeah. I remember. Oh, speaking of karaoke though, and animals, which put it all together. I remember one of my relatives, my aunt and uncle had from my dad's side of my family, used to have this interesting corny karaoke laserdisc. And I remember one of the songs that was on there is this classic kids song, "How Much Is That Doggy in the Window?" I think that's a really fun song, which is, I think it's great for kids, honestly. But we were just having fun with it, right? Because we were just young and just being silly. And I think, like I say, karaoke is, again, it's a great way to just be silly with your friends and family for no reason. I think it's good that way. Like I say, even if you don't sing the best, you know what? It's karaoke night, not American Idol. You don't have to be the very best to enjoy it. And I say the same thing too with my piano karaoke night and live band karaoke night too. It's not about how good you are. It's always about having a good time. And that's all it is. So, anyways, I'm really glad that you guys have come here, and we're always here together and just having a great time, just talking to each other about all things related to music. And so I just want to put this out there. If you guys have any topics that you want me to discuss about in the future, please let me know. Message me. Shoot me a message on Instagram. You can also shoot me an email. Email's on my official website, alammusic.ca. My email should be displayed on there. But yeah, add me on Instagram. Shoot me a message on there. Shoot me a message on Twitch or TikTok. If you have me on TikTok, and just let me know. Yeah, like what other topics do you want me to talk about music related? I would love to hear from your guys' suggestions. I'm always open to different ideas. I would love to hear from you all because honestly, you know what? I really do want this to be a really cool community-based podcast where you guys submit your questions to me, and I would love to just give you guys my thoughts about it. Again, these are a lot of them, most of the times, are just opinions or personal insights based on my personal experiences. But like I say, I'm always open to different ideas. I'm always open to different ways of doing things, like especially when it comes to music, maybe playing different notes differently, maybe playing certain songs differently, or whatever it may be. I would love to hear from you guys about that. So, yeah. All right, folks. So that, I would say, is pretty much about it. I know it is getting pretty late for all you people who are out on the East Coast as well. It's probably way past your guys' bedtime. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning into my podcast. I really do appreciate your guys' input. Your comments and questions have been really cool today. And thank you guys for allowing me to just talk to you guys about karaoke. Now, if you guys have missed a huge portion of my podcast, do not worry. You guys can re-listen to this, rewatch this on Twitch and on YouTube. So don't worry. You can watch the replay on there. And yeah, so, and if you guys have not followed me on Twitch and YouTube yet, please give me a follow. Subscribe to both my channels. Subscribe to me on TikTok as well if you haven't done so, if you have TikTok. Also, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and all those different social media platforms. I would love to connect with you guys through there. But yes, folks, my channels are always available for you to digest some content. And I hope you guys have a really great week this week. And like I said, I know this past weekend we have so many special occasions, of course. So I just wanted to say, of course, again, Gong Hei Fat Choi to everybody that's born on the year of the ox. This is your guys' year. This is your chance to kick ass. And this is your chance to make good things happen. And of course, to everybody else who celebrate Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day to you guys too. And both couples and single folks too. For all you single folks, who are, who may not, who are single on Valentine's Day, we send our love to you guys too. No judgment, obviously, right? No judgment, of course. And happy Family Day to those in Canada, West Coast Canada, and happy President's Day to our American viewers. So, what else is there? Yeah, and of course, happy Black History Month as well. So thank you guys for tuning in to my podcast. This has been Music Talk Mondays. I am your host, Eddie Lam. Thank you all for tuning in. In the meantime, you guys stay safe, stay in touch, and stay awesome. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you again soon.